After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Yes. Welcome to the Pen Hooking Needles podcast, episode 534. Today is Tuesday, December 27th, 2022, as we are recording. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. I think some people are celebrating Kwanzaa or did yesterday. I'm not sure about Kwanzaa. Sure. Anyway, happy holidays, whatever you're celebrating. We celebrate Christmas, so Merry Christmas. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas weekend. Did I say who I was? My name is Marlisha, also known as Lady Fernico.
And I'm Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy.
We want to welcome you all to the Fun in the Woman Cave. If you are new, we're glad you found us, and we hope you find something that you like and that you will return. And if you are returning, we're always glad to have you back. If you are in the shadows, either new or returning, and you'd like to become more involved, or you just think you might want to join officially, please feel free to tap the little bell and the little subscribe button on your right, and you'll get notifications. And if you want to take part in the alongs that we have quarterly alongs, and we have a 1 year, year-long along. If you want to take part with those, then you need to be part of the group, which is the PHN home group, phnpodcast.freeforums.net. Okay.
All that information is in the description box. All the information for all the alongs is at the PHN home.
And we will be doing something slightly different now. We're going to try something out that's a little different. What I'll probably do is once a quarter, I will go over the full rules. But since you have to be part of the group to take part in the alongs, then that's where all the information is. So
exactly. And this helps increase chances that maybe you won't get as many Sleepy Talia episodes. Mm-hmm. Mom has had points where you might not have been able to tell necessarily, but where she's been pretty tired. So if we don't have this long spiel at the beginning, I know for me at least, I won't have as much time to sort of sit and start getting drowsy.
Right. So I'll just name the alongs and do a couple of salient points about them this time around. But when we hit January 1st, or whatever that podcast is, second, third, whatever that is, I will go through all the alongs because we're starting a new year. We're starting new alongs, all that kind of stuff. So I'll start there, and then you won't hear all the salient points until February after that. So, and we're going to try it that way and see if that makes things go a little bit more quickly. And
not even more quickly, just more. It allows it to be more interactive earlier on.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, all right. I have 3 projects and Talia has 2. So I go first, but before we go, we're having different teas because I'm trying to stay ahead and she is too, but she had a bad fatigue yesterday. So
I had migraine yesterday.
Oh, migraine. So I'm one ahead of her. I have the second to the last of the December box community, and this is mint chocolate tea.
That's good.
And it's actually getting quite cool because we had to run around and do things like we should have done before we put the tea water in.
Right.
But it's actually, this is my Adagio Advent Christmas mug for this year. As you can see, it's got little reindeer, and it's got stars and candy canes and snowflakes, packages, things like that. This is a double wall mug, and it keeps it warm, even though it's been there for like 15 minutes. It's not hot anymore, but it's warm.
Right. It's not as cold as it might have been otherwise.
And this tea tastes really good as it cools. It's
and that's the other thing. Most teas improve as it cools, so it's not really a hardship.
Adagio has forced me to learn patience. I like to get my tea right when I get it steeped, and not all of the teas taste their best right at
most of them don't
at the hot.
Right at the hot?
At the hot. I think your thief tastes really good hot because the cinnamon is really spiced there, really strong there.
Yeah, I guess it's just a difference. And I just have never liked super hot teas simply because I can't taste them.
What are you drinking?
So I am drinking the December 29th tea, which is Raja Oolong Chai.
Ooh, that's amazing.
So I don't generally like chais. And if I had noticed it was this chai, I probably would have given it to Mom.
I'm glad you didn't, because it's good, isn't it? You said so.
I said it smelled like cinnamon.
Do you want to taste this?
It's not bad. It tastes like a red hot.
I taste that one again. I had that yesterday, but I want to taste it again. The taste that I have is one that you don't have to drink. Ooh, a communion.
I can taste the rooibos in this.
The communion today, they used every single spoon.
I didn't realize that there are more than how many spoons do they normally.
Well, for the people who do the precious blood,
Yeah, I don't know how many spoons they usually keep.
I don't know, but every single one of them, there's like 10 of them, I think.
Oh, okay.
Today, let me have some.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were waiting. There you go.
I still like this one. It's good. It tastes like, you're right, it does taste very much. It tastes like a red hot. It tastes like.
Yeah, that's literally what it tastes like.
It tastes like a liquid red hot.
And that's probably the only reason why I'm okay with it is because I can't taste the chai. I can only taste what tastes like red hot to me.
Okay. Briefly for the alongs. We have 3 alongs that are going. Okay. The first one is the PHN Tea and Tails, Cal Lao, and this one goes all year long. So we're heading to the last. We're going to have 2 pulls for prizes. 1 for the last quarter. So actually 2 for the last quarter, 2 prizes for the last quarter, and then 1 for the whole year. So and this has to do with Tea and Tails, and you can see all the information in the group. Okay. And I will eventually smooth out this spiel as I figure it out.
I figure you'll have to sit down and actually edit.
Well, and the other thing I want to say about these alongs, even though it's in there, the featured yarns and patterns. Okay. For this one, for all of them, it's anything by me, Talia, or Laura that fits the theme.
Although honestly, if it's in the thread,
yeah,
because no one who takes part is going to be. Everyone who takes part is. I
don't always have all the people down there. Like for this one, I think I do. With Kay and Mom Cook and Joanna Johnson for this one. So that's all I have to say about that. The toy along is a quarter long one, and all these alongs are ending midnight Eastern Standard Time going into January 1st of 2023. So we've mentioned this before, try to make sure you have your projects in by midnight Eastern Standard Time. You may have a few hours in the morning of New Year's Day, but don't count on it if you want to have it counted as a prize, because we don't know which moderator will close the threads. Right. Okay. It could be us as administrators, or it could be Rena, or it could be Patty, or it could be anybody who has got that privilege. Okay. Yeah. Let's see here. So the toy along is just as it says, whatever has to do with toys. Okay. And we did determine that if the yarn or project was a toy, not that you just said the name of it was like Winnie the Pooh. You named the project Winnie the Pooh. No. It can be Winnie the Pooh. The colorway could be Winnie the Pooh or Rabbit or something, and then you could do that. But
you're going through the rules.
No, I'm not. There are a whole bunch of rules. These are just, you have to bear with me. I will figure out what's going to be the minimum. Okay, so that's that. I had to, because that's something that's new. That we just did that last week or 2 weeks ago. The last one is the Out with the Old. Cal Lao, exactly what it says. No new projects. It has to be started before October 1st. And so that's all that. It's all in the threads. We have hashtags in the threads and everything. Okay.
We also have hashtags in the description.
I'm sorry?
I have hashtags in the description box too.
Okay. So anyway, that's
just because it can be hard to remember the hashtags.
And I'll try to streamline that a little bit. Probably what you're gonna get on the mini majority of the days, days, the ones that aren't the first of the month, you're probably gonna get just
I guess
basics.
What makes them different,
What makes them different.
None of the things that are the same.
None of the except for that first day of the month.
Right.
I mean, the first
Mhm.
first the first day of the month
Yeah.
each month.
And I mean, not in crazy detail, just like little bits.
When we start the along, you're gonna get the full details.
Oh, of course.
And you're gonna get a fair amount of detail once a month. But just because I think it's important for new people who don't know the stuff, where to go and all that kind of stuff. And then maybe we drop it to the first and the last. I don't know. We'll see. We're still, it's a work in progress.
Mhm.
Okay. Trying to figure out the balance.
Right.
Okay. That takes us into projects.
Okay, well, that's you first.
All right, let me see here. In my Christmas Angels bag, only all year round, is my Film Noir shawl project from the Scrap Shawl pattern by Anastasia Sattel. I didn't do a whole lot of work on this. I think honestly, to be quite frank with you, I don't think I worked on anything. Well, maybe I don't think I worked on anything after the
Christmas
podcast.
is a hard time for you because there's baking,
Mhm.
there's, you had to get things out. I think you baked a fair amount last week.
I did.
And you did stuff for your shop.
Yep.
So, I mean, it wasn't like you had a whole ton of time.
Yeah. So this is, and my hands have been bothering me a little bit. So
Well, the weather's been such.
with the weather and also with the psoriatic arthritis, my hands are getting really dry. So they started to split a little bit,
Mhm.
and it hurts to use like a knitting needle or something.
I'm hoping that the liquid Band-Aid will
It is
help.
helping. It is helping.
And then you could just you'll have the box, and you can just keep some of it on
Mhm.
hand.
So this is my shawl. I did not finish it, obviously, as you can see, for Christmas, but here it is so far. I like the way it's turning out.
Yeah, and I mean, it doesn't matter when you finish it; you'll love it regardless.
Yeah, and
especially you'll love it.
This will be going. It's especially made for my silver skirt that I wore for my silver skirt and sweater that I wore for Christmas, but it'll also go with my black outfit.
Silver goes with just about everything.
It does. There's a lot of black.
Blue, it goes really well with blue.
Yeah, it depends on how dark you want to be. I think it'll go really well with my.
Oh, I think it goes well with
royal.
the skyish blue that has its own hints of gray to it.
I'm not sure. I think sky blue is too springy for this, but there are some blues that would work really well with it.
Well, Mom, think of my shawl that I made, which has the gray and the two different kinds of blue.
Right.
And one of them is a bright blue.
Well, I know bright. I'm not talking about sky blue though.
And I have sky blue.
I mean,
here
you can see that the blue and it would go really well.
Mhm.
But I'm not sure how that would work. But in any event, I know I have some things to wear with this. I want to make sure I'm not pulling out my tail here. But yeah, so that's all I have to say about this one.
Just in my pearl, so I don't.
This is like, I don't know how many of these I made. I made a couple for you. This is my second one for me. I made one for Laura. I made one for Crystal. So I made 6 or 7
it's your
of these.
go-to.
One of my go-tos, yeah.
I'm just bringing
all of my go-to patterns are crocheted.
Well, I mean, because that's your preferred. I mean, that absolutely makes sense to me. Let me go ahead and pull up my show notes. I just want it for the pattern, just because I have trouble remembering this pattern sometimes. Okay.
Ooh, that's pretty. I think I just made up a new stitch.
Oh, yay. Oh, I said I had 2, but I have 1 project and 1 design.
Well, you just have
the design in its own area. So I show this 1 and then you just talk for 2 more.
Okay.
I don't know why I said I had 2 because I don't.
She fibbed.
Well, I think I mistakenly counted.
Well, we knew when we started this that it was probably going to be more for stash enhancements for Christmas anyway. So I hope you're not offended by us doing a stash enhancement heavy program, but
I was very focused on finishing this other one.
Right.
I was so close. Okay, so this is in my.
I apologize. I didn't mean to drop that.
This is in my Silver Shed USA ornaments, Christmas ornaments bag that Brittany gave me for
B-wing.
For my designs of Christmas ornaments. I am not currently designing Christmas ornaments, so I am instead using this for Christmas socks. And I have in here the colorway name changed. I can't remember what it changed to. But it's Nomadic Yarns, Twisty Sport, which is the 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and it is a gobstopper. I love the gobstoppers, they're so cute. Like I said, I can't remember what the new name is. It used to be Harry, but due to copyright issues with Harry Potter, that she changed any of her Harry Potter names. But I love this color. I have another pair of socks that I knit in this color with a different pattern. I have to patch the hole in the foot. It got abused. It's not like this isn't a yarn that holds up. I just abused that pair of socks. It's years old, and I walked out on gravel with it, and dumb stuff like that.
No respect for the shot. No respect for the sock.
And I think at that point I was also putting it in the dryer. So I didn't treat it well.
I have to wash my socks. I have 3 pairs of socks sitting on my dresser waiting to get washed.
For shame. So this here is the I call them my Victorian Christmas socks. The pattern is Victorian Scallop Sock by Judy Sumner. So if you look closely, you can see
Barely, yeah. Oh, there you can see.
How it is.
Very pretty.
And I'm not sure if it would be, I'm trying to flatten it so it maybe see better. I'm hoping to how was I going to say? This is, I'm not sure if this would have shown up a little bit better with that stripes or what, but I think it's pretty with the stripes too. It adds this kind of wave to the stripe, which makes it enough different from my other pair. So yeah, I think I have a few rows, and then I start to heel for this one, and this will be the first sock that I'm doing this for. I'm not allowed to start another pair of Christmas socks until I finish one of the 2 Christmas socks I have on the needles, because I have this one and I have my Tinseltown socks on the needles, and that's West Yorkshire Spinners one. But if I finish this one, I can start one of the other Christmas socks. Christmas yarns.
Okay.
So,
I wanted to put down my notes there because I've been neglecting it when I'm sitting here.
oh yeah, don't do that.
I think this might make a good latte if it was stronger.
Well, yeah, if you made it double strength or whatever.
I'm not sure I would give it a 5. I think a 4.5. Because there are others that are more cohesive. One of Woody's is really cohesive. And I'm looking forward to I guess this was the one that Jeff did. I think I got for Christmas.
Oh,
the compliment.
Was that one of his?
I think it was. Anyway, okay, so talk about that later.
Yeah, it's your turn.
All right, let me just finish this stitch here. Because I would have gotten a little bit further on this while we were talking, but I kept trying to play with stitches because I have a design in my head. So I wanted to see how it would work out.
Well, yeah, that's not helpful though for, your project that you're on.
Yeah, I know this, but I wanted to see how it worked.
I get that.
Okay, so let me put this away and I'll show you my next thing. Okay. You might hear some noise in the background. Davina is doing her weekly bathroom.
Did we turn on the blue light?
I don't remember that. I was just thinking about that, but I did tell her we were podcasting. So if you hear her coming in, it's because it'd be my fault because I don't think I turned on the light. Because I have not been at all cognizant of what I'm doing. I was doing my workout today and they would tell me to go left and I go right. And they would say, do this and I do that. And it's like, I heard it and I registered it. I
just didn't do it.
Didn't do it. It was just, okay, disconnected. All right. This one I know I only worked on the podcast. This is in no, not in this one. It's in this bag, in my Brittany bag, my B-Wing farm bag. Okay. And this is my Country Roads blanket project, a daily roll blanket pattern by KF Jones. And I have 2 or 3 designs in my head, so I need to really sit down and do them. I actually sketched the one out for the blanket.
Oh, good.
But so to speak, but we'll see. And this is a hot mess still. because I just put it in here when we're done and I don't do anything else with it. And I only did about 2 or 3 rows when we were doing the podcast last week. Last week, yeah. It was that exactly a week, so we did on Tuesday last week as well.
Yeah, I think we did do it on Tuesday last week. Our intention was actually to do it on Monday this week, but
yeah, that wasn't going to happen.
Well, I should have realized because Christmas Eve more than Thanksgiving.
Well,
I'm sitting out the entire day.
Well, also Daddy's home, and like next week might be a Tuesday as well because my husband, because the holidays, Christmas and New Year's both fell on a Sunday this year. The holiday is Monday, so my husband will be home next Monday. So we probably
it'll just be easier.
We'll be doing it on Tuesday because I always feel like I'm neglecting him and he's fine. She
just feels better.
I just feel better about it because I feel like we're pushing lunch back or we're making them not be able to, watch TV or a movie or whatever. We don't really watch TV, so watch a movie or whatever. And if that's not the case, Mike is usually doing his artwork or something, but I feel like he couldn't do what he wants to do if we're sitting here podcasting. So I feel like, okay, I'm rushing the podcast so you guys aren't getting what you need, and I'm making it so my husband can't do what he wants. So it's just better to wait the extra day.
Right. And it doesn't hurt anything. And we've talked about in the past if, we might be flexible between Mondays and Tuesdays because sometimes I'm really knocked out by going to church on Sundays if I'm able to go.
And we've done this before with her work schedule when she was working, where we said, okay, it could be this day or this day, depending on what her work schedule is.
Yeah.
So right now it looks like it'll be a Monday or a Tuesday.
Yeah.
For the podcast. But I don't think I showed you this. I think I just kind of flashed it at you. Let me just finish.
You probably did. I was looking down at my pattern, so I didn't really see.
Let me just finish this row so I can actually say I worked on this.
Because this is actually does have a bit of a pattern to it. So I have to look at my printed pattern.
Right.
I tried working out the Kindle, and as try as I might, I just couldn't stick to it. I really like having the written pattern.
I prefer the written pattern.
Sometimes I'll write notes on there, and I don't do like you do where I'll mark up the pattern with where I'm at.
Right.
I will write like this means so many stitches per needles. If I chose to do 4 needles instead of 3, for example, or if I chose to magic loop instead.
So here's the, not much difference, now about 4 rows difference. So it's this great big long thing, which
Laura's scarf.
Yeah, it might just become Laura's scarf. She's laughing at me. I know she is. But I like to knit, and I've done several shawls. I think I've done 3 or 4 shawls.
I'm not really
3
sure.
shawls knitted, something like that. I've done a few shawls knitted. So I've done a few hats knitted. So I'm not afraid to knit. I have a blanket that I'm almost finished with.
It's just not your preference.
Especially even though this is DK and worsted, it takes forever. I want to be done already.
Yeah, that's not the nature of knitting.
So, and I'm not overly impatient with knitting. I want it to be finished. And I think because
you got spoiled starting with crochet.
Yeah,
I got started with crochet too, but
I also don't feel comfortable fixing my own stuff,
and that's actually a big issue. If you don't feel comfortable fixing your own stuff, it can feel limiting.
Yeah, and so
and like you're dependent on me,
right? And I don't like that. And I am very. Oh, I thought someone was coming in the door.
That's me.
I am very, very creative about my mistakes. There's nothing ordinary about my mistakes. She makes some
pretty interesting mistakes. I mean, she makes interesting mistakes in knitting. She manages to damage rosaries in ways that I don't know how she manages. If something can be broken, or
I break things,
everything you touch.
That's not strictly speaking true. The last rosary that broke, I did not break. The knot came undone.
It shouldn't have come undone. I've never had anyone else's come undone.
That doesn't
mean.
But
of course, yours will.
I didn't even touch the center of the stupid thing.
It wasn't the center.
It came off the centerpiece.
You probably were just pushing a lot to get your finger between the beads.
My point is it came undone. I did not break the cord.
No, but you broke the rosary.
Well, it didn't break any of the beads or anything. It's just the thing came undone. It came undone.
Okay. We're trying to train Mom not to shove her fingers in between the beads because I tried making them loose for her.
It doesn't work.
And it doesn't work. So now I'm going to make it tight for her again so she can't slip her fingers between the beads.
Because I think what happens is when I do the rosary, it's a way of my keeping my place. And so I just have to learn to do it by touch on top of the beads. And because a lot of times I'm not looking at it, or if somebody calls me, I've had times where
that will also save your cord from breaking.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to be doing that thing where the beads go back and forth and start rubbing it raw.
Right.
So it'll make it so you can even have the thinner cord at times.
Right.
But
anyway, so we're working on it. But anyway, this is
to figure out a way that makes it mom proof.
I think I even beat Celeste.
Well, I've considered that I've only had to fix one for Celeste, unless she stopped sending it to me to be fixed because she managed it.
Yeah.
But I don't have like 20 million people going, like, could you repair my rosary? So
no, Ty's rosaries are very well made. I am very talented about that. I do put a lot of pressure when I do it. I slide it against, and I shove my finger in between the beads. It's just a habit that I need to get out of. It's not Ty's rosaries. Not because, especially not after she changed the cord. And it's a testament, because after you change the cord, this is the first one that's come undone.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, I think also the fact that I've got it stashed with another rosary. I have several rosaries in the thing, and it's curled. I think I'm going to find a place to hang them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just had to figure out ways to, because I even looked up things like how to make them stronger,
Mm-hmm.
and they're basically sometimes they're just going to break.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, that's not helpful.
That's not helpful. Yes. Let me do my next one here, because this is
because I don't have any others.
I did
Excuse
more.
me, I don't have any others to show.
This is in my Knit for Brains owl teapot bag that Laura gave me. I have people who love me. Thank you, Laura. This is my Arwen's Hooded Cow from the Thorns Hooded Cow pattern, and I always forget the name of the person. So I did work on
like
this.
Sunshine or something like that.
I did work on this a little bit.
Or Summer or something.
I think looks like I might be knitting it now. Let me see. Yeah, I think I'm on knit.
That's Pearl.
I'm trying to see which direction I'm going. See where the tail is. You're right, I am still purling. So I haven't finished this row yet. This is a purl. And just to make sure, I'm not going to do it while we're talking here, because I have to pull out my pattern. I don't feel like doing that right now. But you can see that's how far it is. I'm really close, I think, to getting started on the hood. I think I want to keep this so that Ty can make me some mitts.
Yeah, because you don't have enough yarn left over for me to make you matching fingerless mitts.
Well, I have another skein over there.
That's what I'm saying. It usually takes a skein and a bit to make this.
Yeah.
And so you have enough left over for matching fingerless mitts.
Because I really like this color. It's really pretty.
And that's one nice thing about using Miss Babs for that. Is if you do it properly, you will have enough for a pair of fingerless mitts with it, maybe even a hat.
Right.
So then you have this little set.
I'm kind of particular about my hats. Usually I like the beanie hats, because if it's, like I mentioned this before, if it's too far down my neck, I feel like it's constricting my neck, and my neck hurts, or it feels stiff or whatever. You know how you just can't get comfortable? You kind of have to rotate your neck.
See, more of my problem is that the more beanie hats just make my hair messy.
Mm-hmm.
So I then prefer to wear something that just doesn't do that as much to my hair.
I like the hats that are like the flapper era hats, where they have a little bit more in the front, but they're kind of like a beanie in the back, so they don't bother your neck. And they're cute.
You generally those generally have a brim on them, though.
Yeah, a brim.
That was why for a little while I was keeping the cool-lip containers, because you had to cut that and make a brim out of it. Because I do have a hat that I made a brim for. Doesn't look very good.
I remember that one.
I barely ever wear it.
I made one similar to that. It didn't look very well either. It was crocheted, and it was I didn't have a cool, but didn't call for the cool-up thing, and it just didn't work out very well. I know some of them could use stiffening instead of that, and they have some really cute floppy hats that they do with that. Whatever that starch or whatever it is they put in there. But anyway, that's all I have for projects.
Okay, so then that leads me on to FOs. I did not remember to bring.
Why is my tea gone?
My my soft blocker with me, so you're just gonna see it on the soft blocker.
Very pretty.
So it's blowing out the screen, but there is.
It looks more green on the screen. It's actually yellow.
Oh, it's highlighter yellow.
Yeah.
And it might look more green because I do have it on night vision.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, you can see a little bit possibly of the patterning there. It's hard when it's this bright. So, yeah,
you can see better with that.
Yeah. This is my second pair of footy socks. I need to then grab the next, set aside the next yarn for my next pair of footy socks, because these are ones I can always have on the needles. Not necessarily this pattern. I'll check. I have several patterns that are footy socks.
Did you say what the pattern was?
Oh, this is the bubblegum shorties.
This is one of Kay's?
That's
No.
a free pattern on
Okay.
Lovecraft.
But the yarn is with Dinosaurs Roar.
Yeah, it's Dinosaurs Roar. This is
Dragon Horde yarns.
Dragon Horde yarns. Yeah, and yeah, this is a free pattern I got on Lovecrafts. I think all my shorty socks might have been free patterns on Lovecrafts.
I don't know what I did.
Except ones I might have already had.
What did I do with my phone?
I don't know.
All right.
But yes, so I'm happy to have these done. This is why I only have one other project done. I was trying really hard to already have it done by Christmas, but I didn't quite make it.
Well, you had a reason for that. Or did you?
Fatigue was my main reason.
I mean, you weren't trying to finish Daddy's or anything.
No, his was already done. I did get his done. And before that, I was trying to finish the West Yorkshire Spinners one. The not Blue Tit.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know where my phone is because it's not picking up.
Oh, Kingfisher socks. It's probably in the kitchen or the bathroom.
Probably in the bathroom, yeah.
So yes, I honestly, within the past month, I got 2 pairs of socks done. I think Dad's socks were either this month or the month before. I can't remember. So I've been knocking out.
No, I think Dad's socks would be in December.
Okay, so I got Dad's socks done. I got Kingfisher, which honestly should have been done a long time ago, and this pair of socks, which again probably should have been done a long time ago because they're shorty socks. They don't take that long. Now I can start focusing also on all the socks that I started with the eye towards surgery. But I will allow myself to start like another pair of Christmas socks when I finish those, and my shorty socks, those keep getting replaced too. But there we go. That leads us on to shop news. Let me just wave mine.
Okay.
Because there's not much in the way other than the fact that my shop will go back to normal come January 1st.
January 1st or January 2nd?
Probably 2nd, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my Talia knit nerd bag that Laura made me, and this has the design in progress.
Perfect. My bag has a bunch of yarn in it right now. My Marlisha bag that Laura gave me. My shop, I thought I was going to have a very slow December, but I had
since December.
I had somebody buy 4 skeins of yarn on Christmas Day, and then this morning I woke up and so they bought 3 more skeins of yarn. So
think about it, Mom. You were concerned about it, but people are also saving their waiting until after Christmas.
Right, but usually people get like Christmas gifts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I didn't do any kits this year, but
well, yeah, because you did the surgery.
Yeah. So yeah, I had a little windfall with people. Somebody picked some up on Christmas Day, and I'm gonna have to. She's in town, and whenever she orders from me, she orders big, and I always drop it off at the post office. I go to the post office. She meets me there because
It's a shame you don't have any extra cookies.
I might be able to find some.
Yeah, because I mean,
they're
she is right in town. So
she works at our hospital.
Yeah,
and
she remembered me from when I worked there. I feel like I might remember her.
Yeah, and she's really sweet because it was really a random thing. It was it was before COVID, and I said about yeah, I had the shop blah 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 because we're talking about crafting, and she bought yarn from me, and she usually buys at least 2 skeins of yarn from me. So I'm going to be delivering that. And then this morning when I woke up, I'm not sure if this lady who bought this time was someone we picked up from Crystal, or if she's when Crystal did the advertising for us,
which was amazing,
which was absolutely amazing. I need to get back in touch with her again. I know I must have said thank you to her. I have to ask her if I did or not. But when she did that, we picked up a few people, and I'm wondering if this lady is one of them. And she came and she picked up another 3 skeins of yarn from me. So I was really happy that she liked the yarn and she bought some more. So I appreciate that.
You could see what people purchased.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you know how to do that.
Mm-hmm. I found that out this morning. So yeah, that's nice. I'm hoping to dye up more yarn. I feel like dyeing up more yarn.
That's good.
But I'm hoping once my husband goes back to work, he's off on Monday because of the holiday, as we said before. So I'm hoping that I will be able to get back into doing things on a regular basis after that. I know we have a couple of he has a colonoscopy coming up. I don't know when mine is coming up sometime, but his is coming up in January, so that'll throw us a little bit. But basically, it should be fine. I mean, Ty and I have birthdays, but that's not going to be a problem. So,
we don't have like the month of.
We don't have the month of everything. It's not the month of,
And it's not like I go out anywhere. So a lot of the extra that we would have done was the going out. Honestly, it bothers Dad and Davina more than it does me.
Mm-hmm. We usually have it in for Taya.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And quite frankly, a lot of times we do it for all of us because we like to do a family.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's the shop news. Keep your eyes open. I'm hoping to put more stuff in the shop. I've been thinking about having it's too late to do a 12 days of Christmas. Maybe I'll do a midwinter sale for a few days, sometime as we hit the winter doldrums, maybe in February or something, or the end of January. We'll see. So that takes care of that.
Okay, so then that should lead to stash enhancements.
A lot of stash enhancements. I'm gonna have to see what I want to show you guys.
Now, any books I set aside for my booktube.
Before you get started, let me do the one that's came in. This came in right after the podcast last time, so this isn't Christmas. So I want to just show you. This is from Adagio, and I picked up butterscotch, maple cream, and autumn brew. This is one by, I think this one is Irishman's. That I really liked that one, and then this one is the Archivist. I forget who did this, but I really, really liked it. And so I picked that one up. And January is by Irishman. And this other one is called Irish Mint Chill. And this is by Tyra. Tyra, right? Tyra?
Oh, I have no idea, Mom.
The girl from Adagio, the one who's
Mom, there's
Twilight.
Oh, okay.
Twilight.
There's
Twilight.
so many girls from Adagio.
So these are samples. And then I got Earl Grey Moonlight, which is one of the few Earls that I can tolerate anymore.
And I didn't put milk in it.
Put milk in, make a latte. And this was a free trial, a free community week. And it starts January 1st. So it's got 7 days worth of tea that I can be a part of the official part of the community. See, December is ending. This is the first week of the community box. And so these things I bought before Christmas, and they came in just after we finished recording the podcast. So yeah, that's that. So now we can get into Christmas.
So let's see. Mine. Okay, this is gonna be.
How do you want to work this?
Well, let me pull it up and then we can decide.
Okay. If you have stuff from Adagio, we can do those together.
Only with I already have my order that I showed.
Right. No,
this would be like gifts.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Sorry, I need to get up. It's heavy. More than I realized. Okay.
Yeah, mine's pretty heavy as well.
So, all right, I guess we could do like you said, the Adagio. Oh, I meant to wear this shirt and I didn't. I'll wear it tomorrow.
I wore my Christmas clothes yesterday. This is the one, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, this one. Okay, I think that's all of them.
I think this is all I have from the garage.
Except for the stuff that's in my stocking, because the one that was in my stocking, I forgot about it.
What's that?
The rose tea.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, no, here's my last one. I forgot about this one. There.
Okay, I think I have all the Adagio Christmas gifts.
Yeah, I
here.
think I do too. Okay, so I guess first things first are my two The Little Gray Cells. I can always use refill of that. And then Bella Luna, which I'm not sure if I've actually ever had it.
You had it on your wish list. There's something special about this. You can't get that except I think it's at
On the full moon.
On the full moon.
Yes.
And so I never could catch it, and I caught it. And when I did that one, I got a free of a different one. And I have it up there. That's also a moon tea. But it's hard to get. So I was really happy. And Ty had on a wish list. I didn't want it, but she did. So is that all your Adagio?
Then
this one together.
We both have this one, which is the 12 days
of
of
Christmas.
Christmas. Of course, we're behind.
But that doesn't matter because this one doesn't have
Yeah.
any. I'm not sure how much
So,
this I've never
I'm guessing it's a day.
but so is it one serving or
Yeah, I think they made it in that way so I'd be able to hung on
so
the
you can hang
tree.
it on the tree, see?
So, first one is partridge in
And a
white,
pe-
in a white pear, so it's pear tea.
Yep.
Then pecan turtle doves, French lavender lemon, 4 candy canes, 5 golden monkey. Oh, I like golden monkey. 6 geese laying jasmine phoenix pearls. Ooh, that sounds good.
I've never had that. I wanted to try it.
I've been wanting to try that too. 7 swans a swimming in blue mango. 8 maids cream tea. 9 ladies dancing cha-cha.
Must be a chai of some kind.
Actually, it's chamomile, lemongrass, and peppermint.
Ooh, that sounds good.
10 Earl Greys leaping. 11 pipers piping fruit medley. And then 12 drummers nut cracking rooibos.
And we can use these for decorations.
We
if you want to
can,
string 'em.
yes.
So, yeah.
Mhm.
So there's 12 tins in here.
Oh, and I need to show the side.
Yeah, I kind of showed them one of them. Yeah. So we each have this, and we'll figure out when we're gonna do these.
Because I know I have a full month next month, but I'm also not as like I do it as I feel like. Like I don't really care if I get points or not.
I like to get the points because it gives you well, the ones that you buy allow you to get gifts for other people.
Right.
But the others also allow you to get cards. And if I don't have enough points to buy something for someone that I want to give them, sometimes I'll have cards that'll be a sample and I can give them a sample that way.
Right.
So that's this. Now I also have what else do you have from Adagio?
Then I have this last one. It looks like maybe they pushed back your gift. I was hoping arrived today. They might push back the delivery date.
Okay.
Okay. So this was a surprise gift, which I was really happy about. Actually, all of them surprise gifts, but I was really happy about this one because I love this mug and I've wanted it for a while. So there's what it looks like on there. I think it's adorable. Now the one gift you're not going to see is I have a nice desk chair now because I have a tendency to fall asleep in my chair and I've actually fallen because of that. I now have a desk chair that has a headrest, so I can actually rest backwards when I feel myself drifting because I don't always
And it has arms.
and it has arms.
And it actually slides under her desk.
Yes. Because I don't always have the comprehension when I get that tired to go through the process of, oh, I should get in bed. Or I'll be like, I don't want to lose the rest of the day, which is what'll happen. So here is it in person. Look at it. Oh my gosh. Here's one with a mustache.
Poirot.
Except Poirot would
Has no
not have
hair.
his hair like that.
He doesn't have hair.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, but it's he's got an egg-shaped head mostly here that he has the
because they always make it a
'cause,
point.
you know, if you watch
Yeah, but I think it depends also what period you kept
Sure,
him at,
sure. Mhm.
how much he has. But I know that in the books sometimes they'll say suspiciously black.
Yes.
Oh, he's scary.
Yes, he is.
But like a dog or something.
I like the one that's going, wow.
Oh, so they're just adorable. I really always liked this one.
I think it's cute.
I think it's cute. I always kind of had the goal to eventually get this one. So I'm happy to have it. Because actually it's the only other Adagio one I really wanted that I didn't have.
My husband rolls his eyes. He said, "What, are you going to get
does.
rid of some of your mugs now?" I was like, "No, no, you don't want to." Okay, now
I explained to him like sometimes when I don't feel well, having a happy mug sometimes just it actually helps.
Now these two were in my stocking from Talia. This is the one I was talking about by a friend. This is by Jeff.
I used those to help push me over
Yeah, I
to
know you
get
did.
the free tea.
And this one's by Woody, I think.
Oh, look at the free mug. This mug.
So you might notice that we have certain people that are
We tend
what
to
we call
gravitate
custom
toward.
blends, and we gravitate toward them.
Yes.
So that's those. I'm going to put them with the rest of the. And then this was from Davina from Adagio, and this mug is the one that I wanted to get to kind of round out my stuff.
I was so excited. And this is a cool thing. Adagio has this thing where you can create your own box set. You choose the tea and you choose the mug, and they have a certain number of choices.
And so here's the tea that I got, and I've never had the big tin.
Oh, I didn't realize it came in the big tin. Oh, that's cool.
Can you see that?
Is it orange?
Yes,
I couldn't remember which
it's
one.
Purette Orange.
Where?
Orange.
Well, that's a good box to have then.
I found in the teas that I got rid of that were old, a puer,
Puer.
puer.
Well, the good thing, Mom, is you can actually use this instead of taking up a tin for there because this should be a full one.
It is. It's a 3 it's a big one. Whatever.
Yeah. So you should be able to fill this for your puer orange.
I can't.
Instead of using another one, you just freed up a tin.
So to find a place to put it though.
Yeah. Well, maybe because that one's pretty enough. If you wanted to, you could set it on your desk or whatever.
I have to clean up. I'm trying to simplify. Christmas is not a good time to simplify in some ways.
It's not.
I mean, it is because you see what you
There you
have,
go.
but thank you.
And you also can't see Mom has a pair of headphones now.
Yeah.
To help block out when Dad and Davina are watching TV
Noise
and trying
reduction.
to do other things. And it's a big old pair. But it's also doesn't have to be, it's a Bluetooth.
Yeah. So I can put on like music, or I can put on a talk.
She can talk on the phone.
I can talk on the phone. Isn't this pretty? I love autumn. And you say, that's not your color scheme. No, it's not, except when it's autumn. So I love the falling leaves. And it kind of has the same color scheme as yours.
This one here?
No, that one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What's the top of your yellow?
Yeah, it's not that golden.
I know it's color mine is.
Yours is
Mine-
more of that orangey color.
Is it different?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yours is more that yellow gold. Mine's orange. They try to match.
As best they can. Now, some of them,
You can see that's the difference.
Yeah.
Like
like this one matches that one.
this one's almost a little more green.
Oh, you're right. Mine's a little lighter. That's interesting. The cool thing is, because both of us have broken one of those tops before, you can get a replacement top.
And you can get the replacement top from any mug you want. So if I
Right.
decided I wanted to get red or green or something like that, I could go to a different mug. And some of the mugs have more than one option.
Yes, they do. And
For tops.
I've done that before. When I broke the bunny one, then I went and chose the one.
Yeah. So it's a nice box. A really nice gift.
You should
Davina,
probably save that box.
I'm going to. Here's the tin. It actually kind of matches, the colors and everything match.
Well, that was part of, I saw that. I helped Davina put together a gift. I make her make a list because I told her I wasn't going to do her work for her. She needed to give it, at least have an idea of what she wanted, and then I would help her. And I said, hey, kiddo, this is a really good idea. And the colors matched and everything. That's part of my aim.
So that's that. Now,
I'm going to just quickly show these cookbooks.
are you going to show your other mug? Didn't you?
I don't have
yourself-
another mug.
You didn't get one? Should I show my mug since it's part of the tea?
Yes, you should do that.
Okay, Talia got me this. It's not an Adagio mug, but it is a mug. And I really love it because it's Sherlock Holmes.
Right. I got hers at the same time I got Davina a Snoopy through the years.
Oh, that's a great mug too.
And she seemed really happy with it. But this
Daddy
one-
liked it.
Yeah. You need to turn it so they can actually see Sherlock. And this is Sherlock. If you've ever seen, I have a book downstairs. It's a nice, tall, hardcover memoirs of Sherlock Holmes. Now, actually, I should probably bring it upstairs because it's a beautiful book. I can probably put it next to my Tolkien.
Huh. Go ahead.
But it's got I think it's at least got pictures in the beginning, and I think it's called the Case Files. It's got like the first 2 stories, I want to say, and it's a beautiful book, and that's one of the pictures I think in it.
It reminds me of Jeremy Brett or Basil Rathbone, both of whom are
Mhm.
quintessential Holmeses to
Yeah.
me. This it says here, are mugs new to you? Do you already own a mug? Are you using it correctly? The Unemployed Philosophers Guild cares for helpful tips that will lend to years of will lead to I can't read this.
Will lead to years of happy and successful mug ownership. Watch our instructional video.
And I think that's real. I think it's cute. I mean, I've
Yeah.
never seen anything like this. I usually hand wash these things anyway.
Oh
so-
yeah, we hand wash
um,
everything though.
So that's my mug.
I like the fact that it's black on the inside.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. You can't see colors. I won't be able to see the Germany tea, but
True.
that's fine. This, I don't care. I'm not really worried about the color.
It's like you have a toss up. Like with the white ones, you see all the staining that
Mhm.
occurs, and then with the black ones, you don't see the staining, but you don't see the color of the tea as well.
Well, like if this had been a Poe one as well, it should be dark on the inside.
Oh, for sure.
But if you have like a Jane Austen or something, then you might want a white or a pink or something.
Right.
But Holmes is mystery.
Yeah.
You know, Poirot should be the dark.
You could have also like that pretty sky blue. For Austen, you could have sky blues, the pinks, maybe a light green. It's kind of those colors that even though they probably aren't, necessarily Georgian colors. We kind of associate that with that era. But
takes care of this one.
I didn't bring with me because I'm going to show it on BookTube, but I have a lot of awesome bookmarks that I was given, but those won't be shown now. I am going to show you, however, my crockpot books I received. Basically, Mom and I are going to be, we're going to find a different area.
Those were given to us jointly?
Yes. We're going to find an area where we can put these where both of us can access it. I'll also move my everything gluten-free, dairy-free cookbook there because there's no point in either one there's no point in it being in my room. Neither of us will use it then. And it'll free up some space for me.
The goal is because of the fact that my dentist, who's a little, more of a doctor than a dentist, has said that maybe I should do gluten-free, dairy-free as well. And we want to be able to do more meals that my husband and Davina will be able to eat and like.
Yes.
And not just say, oh, you guys are just switching things out. We want it to be good. And there are regular meals, or about 75% of the meals that we eat, I think, can be done between all of us, but there are others that can't. This is where this comes in. And some of them are, these are all crock pot and stuff. And I got my husband an Instapot one.
Yes.
So,
I mean, none of these have a lot of pictures. So I'm just going to sort of flip it around. So here's one. Here's one for beginners. This one isn't necessarily crockpot. That's just beginners. That's just beginners.
I wanted that because we've done some things, but I want to get some basics down.
And this one is easy. The easy gluten-free. Oh, remember I have the 5 ingredient or less one that's gluten-free, not necessarily dairy-free, but it's easy to make it dairy-free. And then this is the slow cooker one.
Oh, look at that.
What is that?
It's a chicken pot pie.
Ah.
Chicken pot pie.
What page is this?
13. I'm sorry. I love chicken pot pie.
It also says, like, is this nut free? Is this low carb?
Gluten-free Bisquick.
I didn't know there was a gluten-free.
Or homemade gluten-free baking mix. Interesting. Very cool.
So there's options here. I also got on Kindle, I picked up on sale Mexican, traditional Mexican cookbook, and I have ingredients for tamales. I hope to start making them tomorrow. I will do, ingredient substitutions, but I'm looking forward to that. I have more corn husks than I will ever need ever, because I had ordered some, and then Dad was like, "Oh, I'll go check our local Mexican place." I was like, "Well, should I take off my order on Amazon?" I was told, "No, keep it on." So now I have like a million corn husks.
You can make dolls out of them.
Because we totally have a use for corn husk dolls. Then, I've wanted, first of all, let me show these. I haven't decided yet much longer I'll be able to tolerate these. This kind of, the inside, which is nice and soft, it kind of makes my skin crawl. It's a sensory thing. And every time I touch it, it feels like cotton to me.
Doesn't feel anything like cotton.
I think it's my sensory stuff.
Right now, it's catching on my fingers that are so dry. And
I think I'm just going to give them to Mom, because as cute as they are, it's not going to help that every time I touch them, I want to like
right now I don't want to deal with them because they keep catching on my fingers.
Okay, well, I'm going to throw them in your box because because you can put them on without your fingers catching them on them, at night or whatever. But yeah, they bother it's just a sensory thing. It's hard to tell what I'm going to react to or hate, my hands are going to hate or whatever. But if touching it bothers me, I probably shouldn't. So this I've actually really wanted. I was thinking on Christmas, man, I wish I have a Christmas sweater. So I opened this up for my grandparents. This isn't a sweater, but
it's cute.
It's cute and it's Christmassy. It's Santa Bear.
Santa Bear. It's cute.
So will I wear it after Christmas? Absolutely.
It's a winter Santa Bear.
So yeah, I'm excited about it. I was pretty happy because I wanted one. I don't know why I want an ugly Christmas sweater.
That's not ugly.
This one's not ugly, but I don't know why I wanted like one of those Christmas sweaters to just say I'm a Christmas sweater.
Mm-hmm. I have some upstairs. It's a cardigan.
So I'm going to show calendars next. So I ended up having 2 calendars, but that's fine. I moved my sign where it says no minutes except on party business, and then the other, what?
Where is the special one I got for you?
Which one? Oh, it's in my room. I did. You had one to show, so I figured we would.
No,
You didn't bring it with you?
Stacy stuff.
Oh, fiddlesticks. I will need to get up.
Where is it?
It's in my, I'm not sure if you're going to get to it easily. It's in my left hand lowest drawer. Because that's my journaling drawer. Yeah, I just didn't. I don't know why I forgot about that. Probably because I used it and then put it away. So I moved my No Minutes Except on Party Business sign to find my medicine. On the other side it says speak, friend, and enter. But I have a little medicine cabinet in my room. So I hung it on those on the knobs for that because I received 2 calendars. One will go outside my room because Davina likes to see my calendar and kind of looks at what's going on. She kind of developed that habit since from when I was working. And the other one is the Tolkien one, and that'll be on the inside. So here's the Tolkien one. And I don't do the ones from the movies for the pictures. If I'm going to have it, I want to have the, these really classic looking pictures. And a bunch of different artists doing it. It just feels more special. And then this one is a cute bunny one. It has all sorts of adorable little bunnies. So that's the one Davina wanted on the outside door. I let her choose. I wonder if she found it yet. Because I don't quite want to get into the knitting until she's here. Okay, sounds like she's coming. So I will hold off a couple more seconds because it sounds like she's almost here. I take a quick sip of the tea.
It might be forgiven if you don't like it.
No. I used it and I put it away. Thank you. Did we want to do the journals next?
I don't care. I don't have any.
Oh, that's right.
I do have the little. I thought I had it.
No, I put my stickers and stuff,
I do.
my stencils back in my on my journaling stuff too.
Because you want.
Yeah.
They didn't show this when I got them.
Okay. Do you want to show your?
Well, no, because it was a thank you note, thank you gift.
Oh, okay. So, I've been mentioning how I want to have a journal that is, not only religious but a little bit bigger. Well, first of all, to give me a little bit bigger, I love the fabric for this. Mom got from Stacy 2 journals, one to be my next religious one when I finished my other one. That was a little bit smaller.
Also made by Stacy.
Yeah, also made by Stacy. It's smaller. It's in my starter journal because I was a little nervous about junk journals, but I've become more comfortable. I'm still learning with them. I love this fabric in the front. This is my next religious one. It says faith on the little hangy thing.
Because I said, Stacy, one religious, and one you will see.
So go ahead and
she nailed it.
Yes, she did. So it has little things on the inside, like this says Thanksgiving. I can put that somewhere later. And she has throughout different Christian songs. Lovely picture of Jesus. Now I was reading, it's not here, but I got a Catholic Women's Bible where it just has like things written in the little boxes that have a little more information, might help women in particular to, live a more faith-filled life. And at the beginning of Genesis, it was talking about how this word Bereshith means in the beginning, and that's what Genesis used to be called in, I guess, Hebrew. So I was like, oh, I got to use that. So I used my brand new stencils to have here Bereshith, and then from John 1:1, in the beginning was the word. And up here is Genesis because that's where the Bereshith came from, and then here's John 1:1. So even though I'm not really using this one yet, I just knew I had to put this down before I forgot about it. I felt that Bereshith should be at the beginning of my new journal. So I'm really excited because I'm hoping to get back into the journaling. I had kind of fallen off of it a little bit when I had surgery and I had trouble starting. I have a couple things that I did since surgery, but happy to have this one. Now this, I'm so happy to have a more secular one where I can
She nailed it. I told her what I wanted and she nailed it.
So this is one side of the bunny one. Now on the other side, she normally has some sort of safety pin and something hanging. Now this safety pin didn't have anything hanging. I ended up attaching to it and kind of looping within, as well as attaching it to the cover, our 10-year anniversary PHN pin. And then here's this adorable bunny right underneath. So I don't usually know what to do with pins. And I think I found it on the floor or whatever. I found it somewhere. I was doing something else with the PHN pin. I'm like, well, I guess this is where you're supposed to go. Because I was looking for something to hang on this thing. So on the inside, first of all, I did put in here, I plan on somehow using this.
That's from Joanna
Johnson. And then I found when I was looking for thank you notes that Brittany did, I found these things that she had attached to thank you notes to give us for like, that says hand knit for you, has sweaters on it. Knitting keeps us from unraveling. These little kind of things, which I can put individually in there whenever I feel like it. And the pocket that it's a little lace pocket, orange lace, and has this, story begins. I guess it's a salmon color.
Peach, maybe. It's hard to tell. Whatever it is, it's pretty.
Yes. And then throughout, there's just places where I can write things. You have the distressed paper here. A little, if I flip up the bunny, or flips aside the bunny, there's a place to write there.
It looks like shorthand.
That's shorthand. Yeah, it says Greg shorthand, lesson 19. So like she adds interesting things in the background. There is somewhere in
she's extremely talented.
You should
find, I forget what she's Stacy Loves Journaling, I think.
Yeah,
on Instagram. If you want a nice journal, I don't know how many orders she takes, but she is fab. She's like a machine. She just makes all these beautiful journals. I absolutely love them.
They're gorgeous.
All different sizes.
Oh, this one has underneath it a vocabulary builder. It looks like it was a lesson. It was so they were learning. Oh, that's to learn transcription.
That's shorthand.
This is how to learn shorthand. So this is lesson 19 of learning shorthand. And so this has fun things about shorthand in here. I've always been impressed with shorthands. These little
I dropped that when I was taking shorthand in my junior year of high school. And because I had chemistry and algebra too, I just couldn't deal with shorthand.
I probably should have done shorthand instead of sign language. I've probably been able to handle it better because I get the shakes really badly with my hands. Now I know that it's probably getting adrenaline rush, but I had to sign in front of people and my hands shook so badly that they couldn't read what I was signing. And then it was also an extra class I didn't have time for, even though I really wanted to do it. So pretty thing with roses on it. This was kind of cool. It looked like a nurse. Now it could have been a servant, but I think it was a nurse.
She can be whatever we want her to be.
And then the women's century, 1800 and 1900. And I guess they were just showing different things that women did during that time.
Oh, period. It would be great. When the girls were little, and even when I was little, they used to have the Sears Roebuck catalog. It was an old-fashioned catalog, and it had that would be great for this.
Yes, it would. So she has scattered throughout these jars, and I ended up using one. I found this when I was putting my Normalite away. Let's see if I can find it eventually. Oh, some more of the stuff from that magazine.
You don't have to show every page.
Well, I'm trying to find the one that I'm looking for.
Because we are going to be here for 10 hours.
Okay, I'm just trying to find the one I'm looking for because I had a jar that I actually put something on top of.
Was it toward the back?
Maybe it was closer to the front than I realized. Maybe
Do you remember what you put in it?
Yeah, I do.
I think Davina's starting her lunch. Excuse me.
Do you know what she's supposed to have?
Yes. Davina, what are you doing?
So, let's see.
Good job,
Just need to find this one thing. So I actually was kind of happy with the way this looked, which is why I want to find it. And of course, because I want to find it,
you can't.
It doesn't want.
Well, why don't you keep looking while I show what I got?
That works. Yeah.
Okay. Now I could have shown this to you about whenever that order came in for that, which was a few weeks ago, I think. because I ordered this, I think, in October or maybe early November. And Stacy was really good about getting it to me. She sent me a thank you note, if you
Oh.
will. Okay. First, this is these ephemeras, little hearts. And they will go in my journals. And these several of these little button flowers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All different colors except for those 2 blue ones. And then also she sent me, these are made out of playing cards, I think. Oh, here's another ephemera. I am so impressed. The covers are playing cards. Okay. This one, it has the
Ace of spades.
Six of spades and the Joker. Okay.
Huh.
Are the covers. And this is just plain note paper, which I might use one of these. I have 2 of these. One of these might go in my purse for when people give me prayer requests or whatever, and I'm always afraid I'm gonna forget them. Davina's writing them down on her hand or whatever.
Yeah.
If I have one of these in my purse, I can put it in there.
Provided you can find it
Yeah,
in your purse.
This has 2 jacks, a jack of club and a jack of spades are the 2 cards. So okay. So it's just lined paper, which is fine.
Yeah,
And-
it's great. I mean, it works for exactly what you would possibly need it for.
And this size, I told you, she does
Mhm.
she does all kinds of sizes. And this one's got
Now, I'd
different
say
kinds-
Davina using, like, if she has something like that, she would use it for fashions. Although hers would be like, have to be.
this one has more of the junk journal feel to it. It's got
Yes, it does.
It's got the map. It's got
Oh, that's kind of
different
fun.
different kinds of paper in it.
You can almost see it like in the practice section.
I mean, it's really cute. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this, but I know I will figure out something
Mhm.
because this is just too fun for
Well,
words.
it's one of those things that you had to sit there and find the perfect thing.
I might find like specific stickers that I like, or I might this is going to be a feel good thing, I think, because it's just
Well, isn't journaling a feel good thing anyway?
yeah, but and this says stay strong. Here's her signature little pin
Yeah, she usually
'Cause-
has some sort of pin on the upper right hand side.
because these are too small for pins.
Yeah,
But this one, or I mean, it might be the material.
it's material.
But this is great. It has a little pin plus 4 purple little beads. And I just love it says stay strong.
Mhm.
So maybe this will be uplifting quotes.
Yeah.
It's just
Oh, you have your Poirot book.
mhm.
I gave her a book of Poirot quotes.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
Oops, the bunny.
I don't have
So
any cheat.
I found. So with my Normalite, I didn't even realize this was in here until I went to throw away the box. My Normalite is an electrolyte solution I put in my water to help me when I'm drinking all the water I need to with my pots. Helps me keep from dropping into having too low electrolytes, because that will happen if you drink too much water. And I mean a massive amount. And I need salt, so voila. The pharmacist who developed this did develop it with pots in mind. If you pick up the plain version, which is actually kind of disgusting, you can get, I think it's like a discount if you get something through Dysautonomia International, or part of it goes to Dysautonomia International. But the plain version basically is like salt. It's disgusting. I usually get grape and apple. Very rarely orange, but I don't care for that one as much. The grape and the apple are usually my go-tos. And this is actually, I don't think I ever showed this, is my Normalite bottle. This thing does not leak. It's great. When it's closed. I still sometimes have to be careful how I drink out of it, but that's just because it's an open thing. But when I was throwing away the box after putting my Normalite away, after I had broke it down, I was surprised to find a sticker. And so of course I had to put it on here. It says, salty and low on spoons. And it had to go on this bottle here.
Very cool.
So it made me happy. And that was the first thing I added to this one, besides the pin.
And journaling is one of the things I'm hoping to get back into a lot now that the holidays are basically behind us.
Mhm.
Besides, we still have New Year's, we're still in the Christmas holiday, but things are maybe getting on a little more even keel. I'm trying to simplify things and stuff, so I have some more time to do the writing, do the journaling, do my yarn dyeing, and I have a lot of hobbies.
And we find that we start saving things. Like I kept some wrapping paper I really liked from Christmas.
I have some of the stuff that Stacy sent with all this stuff because I said, you got the gift. I'm keeping the wrapping.
Oh yeah.
But
like, for example, Miss Babs, when she sends them, I believe she usually sends a pretty nice wrapping, if I remember correctly, or at least her sticker.
Yeah.
When you buy stuff, sometimes the people will send a sticker or they'll send, something.
Well, the sticker mule that I did for my magnets and stuff for my shop, I have a couple of stickers, a sticker from them and something else, and one of them's a mule, and it's adorable. So I'm keeping that.
I know I have a mustache from something I ordered, so I'm saving that for something Poirot related.
Yeah, well, I'm saving the sticker mule. The sticker mule one will go in with the donkey and all that for my Eeyore.
Right.
So it's just.
I also have saved or I want to save in the future. Sometimes when I order some of my rosary stuff, they'll send it in a blue pull bag.
Right.
I don't use the blue ones, but if I can get away so it'd be in the journal, that could be something that I can, it's kind of like what she does with lace, but it can be a pocket.
Well, even the window, I have a few window envelopes, and I have leftover, when I send packages out, we have the labels, and Talia and I picked up one that didn't have the full size labels on both sides. Only the top had the full size label, and then there was a little like square. I'm going to use those for the journals.
Right. I mean, it's making us more hoarders than we already are.
That's so hard.
But if we really want to, at some point we can save these if we really like the tea.
Talia made me, because she mentioned the rosary. This is the rosary she named. It's my Padre Pio rosary. Yes, I know I have rosaries. I need more rosaries.
It ended up being, she needed a wood one.
And this is Padre Pio. I need to get it blessed. So it's nice and lightweight. And I noticed that when my hands hurt, sometimes I don't want to have the.
No, I mean, because anytime you hurt, the cold doesn't necessarily help.
Yeah.
And I always carry a wood one on me for the most part. Today I have my Holy Family one. This is actually a Christmas one that I made. So, but yeah, so hers. Now she has one that she can sleep with.
Padre Pio I've always been intimidated by him and kind of avoided him. And in the last 9 to 12 months or so, he has really, I don't know what he's kind of been knocking at my door.
That means you have to show the other stuff that's related
to Padre Pio. Okay.
Because it kind of ended up becoming a Padre Pio Christmas for her, because I was already planning to make the rosary for her, and then other things came up. And after I sat there and thought about it, I'm like, well, I guess that's a theme this Christmas.
Padre Pio, I think what scared me was he was not afraid to tell people you're not sorry for your sins. But
because God let him know that he wasn't.
He had special graces. And so it scared me a little bit. And then I read further into him and learned more about him, and I realized all the awesomeness that he is.
My school friend Michael Rizala, his book is really good.
I need to read that. Let me put this here right now.
It was someone I went to school with. He started writing books after.
He has several. Several books.
They're good. He writes well.
I haven't read them yet, but
yeah.
Let me show you. Ty and I both have this book.
Well, we have both of them because we need to get started on our religious Bible study type things again.
And to show that one.
Yeah. Because initially the thought process was to pray because of, Mom is working on worry and trust and those kind of things. So it just kind of fit in. First of all, the theme, because Padre Pio has quotes that deal with that.
Are these the only 2 times?
Yes. Okay. And then with the rosary, that just happened to be the centerpiece and the crucifix I had out because I didn't want to be lifting stuff at that point.
Okay, so this is the prayer journal for Catholic women. Pray, hope, and don't worry.
I was trying to find a journal for Mom that was for women in particular. I knew I wanted one, and I wanted to find one for Mom as well.
And these are week by week. That's why it's 52 weeks. But you can do it throughout the week, so you don't have to say, "Oh my gosh!" You can take your time on it.
And he emphasizes like, "Okay, now don't worry about it. Calm down."
You have little check boxes, and you have prayer intentions and small things below. small things with great love, which I always associate with Mother Teresa.
Yeah, that is.
which is here, and also Saint Teresa Lisieux.
Mhm.
So they're breathing exercises and stuff like that. But this is really, and then this is the spiritual direction for every day, which I had on my wish list actually. And I have another book of
And
this
I
one,
didn't know she had it on her wish list. I just found it independently.
and you can see how short they are. This is one day, this is another day, this is another day. So they're only like a paragraph or two.
So Mom and I are going to start that in the coming year too.
Yeah, and there's something else. Because we got these together. We did a couple of joint gifts where I picked up two of things and she picked up two of things so that we could give each other, so we'd have them together.
We kind of got eye rolls because we got ourselves gifts, but
I said, my husband said, I didn't know I could do that. Can I said, chill. Anyway,
so
so
religious ones have a purpose, darn it.
this one, these are both over a year, and we're gonna do I think we're gonna do loving God, loving others is the one we decide we're gonna do.
Yes.
And what we're gonna do is with all these things is they're not, this is the everyday thing.
Right, because that one's simple, it's easy.
It's one paragraph
Yeah.
or two paragraphs. These two are throughout the week,
Uh-huh.
and we will get together one day a week and whatever we've got done. And
I
then,
guess even if we had to, because they're short enough, we could read them together if
Mhm.
it was a bad enough week.
Yeah. And then this one, we'll just have to wait till the next year.
Yeah.
Because it's another one.
Right, because we don't want to stress ourselves out too much.
This one was last year's.
Yeah.
I just had to pick it up because I was afraid it was going to go away. But this one,
And
is
this
a new
will
one.
cover Lent and everything because it goes throughout the year.
Yeah, it goes throughout the end.
So
And
there's
it-
no sense. Don't get another Lent one. Let's focus on our year-long book.
Mhm. Mhm.
And that will probably keep us from getting too stressed out.
Yeah. So these are Joy. She has this one as well.
Mhm.
And she has this one as well.
Yes.
Davina has this one as well too. It's an angel, Holy Angels prayer book. I'm not going to show the oh, this is the other thing that we're going to be
Yes.
using. This is another joint one.
And this isn't something that needs to be done all the time. It can be based, if we feel like it, because it's a 4-week cycle,
Mhm.
so it's going to repeat
So as long as I know what week I'm on,
the week and the day. Yeah.
yeah.
So what this is in the Catholic Church, and I believe High Anglican might have. There's a couple
Yeah,
branches.
maybe the Orthodox.
Maybe I know there's a couple branches of Christianity that uses a breviary / divine office, which is basically you pray, ends up being 2 psalms and a canticle. Sometimes the canticle is also a psalm.
Mhm.
And it's multiple times a day. We do morning or I do morning, evening prayer. Mom does morning, but there's also like office of readings,
Mhm.
3 different kinds of daytime prayer. That covers night prayer as well. So that's 7 times a day that if you do all 7, like if you were in a monastery or something, then you would get through everything for the Psalms and the canticles. You get a lot of Bible in.
'Cause we're trying to make sure we stay connected with the sacred scriptures.
So what this does is, okay, great, you're praying the Psalms. Now let's discuss them.
Which is good, especially good if I can't get my Bible reading in.
Yes.
Then I can just look at what we did for the Liturgy of the Hours, and I can look at the commentary here and then do it.
So, yes, which is very good. Sometimes we'll read through them, especially some of the odder Psalms. We're just like, well, why? That's weird. So it might be helpful because we pray these Psalms every day. And this is for morning and evening prayer in particular.
Right now, this is the book she said that she got from Thrift. This is
Thrift books, yeah.
Thrift books. This is by Blessed James Alberione, who is the founder of the Pauline family, including my branch, which is the Holy Family Institute, and Ties, which is the Annunciation.
And then you got it from a library. This is St. Pius the 10th High, Keene and Mulberry something Drive. So sorry, let me turn that off.
Here. I got old smell from books. Oh, it has a library card.
You got a library card?
I got a library card.
So jealous. I don't get library cards anymore. You know where we usually get them? Alberione books pretty consistently have them. I think most of my books that have library cards are Alberione books.
Alberione James, Mary, Mother and Model, Teresa something or other, and Nancy Brooke.
Yay, I always feel like I get to connect to the
Oh,
past.
that's awesome.
So,
I
and this is a high school, so those are two high school
high school
students.
back in wherever this was. So, I don't know.
Oh, they're still using library cards. It probably is. Well, let's
There's
see. You might say the year.
85, I think.
It is 85. So
they're Davina's
October
age.
9th, 85.
Oh no, they're older than
No,
Davina.
they're in high school when Davina was.
Actually, they're just a little bit younger than me because I graduated college in '83.
So yeah, they're a little younger than you.
So they're probably in their 50s now.
Yeah. So,
I can't imagine being lucky enough to be in a Catholic high school and have access to this book when it was written.
So, I mean, that's one of those things, like, one of the awesome things about it, because this is a religious book. When you get a library card, you can sit there and you can say a quick prayer for the people who borrowed the book before you back in the 80s.
It smells like old book. You smell the old book? It's a little faint, but you can smell it.
I can't really because I'm congested.
I don't want to see the covers.
You might not be able to because they taped it down.
Yeah, they taped it down. It
Probably to keep the kids from taking it off.
Yep. So this is.
I have noticed that with library books, like if it has a library card and everything, generally the dust cover seems to be taped down.
I was just trying to see where this is from. I can't tell where the school was.
It says on the library card. Okay, so it is Mulberry Street, Pennsylvania.
Okay, Pennsylvania. I wanted to see if it was Albuquerque, New Mexico, because that was the school I was going to. No, it wasn't Albuquerque. It was Seattle, Washington, where I was going to go to Pius X. Pius X was the popular school for high schools. Okay, and here's the little gray cells that Taya mentioned.
And it says quotes.
Yeah.
People complain because they give an insight into Poirot's mindset or anything. Like, it said quotes on there.
Taya, you didn't show the you don't have it with you, do you?
Which?
I'm just trying to get all the non-craftings out
Yeah.
of the way.
I didn't bring this with me because I knew you had it. And I figured rather than just showing both of ours together, we could just say Holly has this too.
I have this because this is another thing that I got two of. This is a planner. She wanted one.
Yeah.
The deal with this was it was like 30% off, 20 or 30% off. And I went searching for a coupon. I got another 10% off, and I was able to get the two of them like for 1.5 or 1.25 or something. It's a really nice
and it
planner.
costs this, like close to the same to get the big one. And it's just like, well, why get a small one?
Well, the big one and the small one were different prices on regular price, but the sale price was the same.
Yeah.
And it's really nice the way it's set up. You can't really tell because
of lighting.
The lighting, but it's got the tabs for each month. It's got
which is nice. I actually haven't seen one with tabs for each month necessarily.
Yeah. I'm hoping that I will use this now because it's really nice.
Well, if only to try to keep track of your symptoms on the calendar days.
I mean, it's got these nice quotes on color pages as you start the month.
And it has things like for us holy days and those kind of things. There's some prayers in a couple different languages.
I mean, this is really neat. It's and I haven't really had a chance to look at this, but it's
one of those things. I actually keep it on my desk. I have my computer on a stand that brings it up to my eye level, so I've got it shoved underneath that.
I might shove mine into my computer too, my laptop, laptop.
Do you have space under yours? Because yours is not as high as mine.
I might be able to raise it because I'm not using that to type that much. So
yeah, I have it under there, and then when I need it to like write something down because of an appointment or something from the phone, or even notes, I can write it on there. And then I remember to bring it with me if I think I'm going to write an appointment. And it's big enough that it'll be really hard to misplace.
And this is one thing I'm hoping, because it has day by day, but it also has the calendar in front. And Talia has been after me to keep a better diary of the different pains I have and what the weather's like and whatever's going on with that. So,
and I was given a tip early on by a former coworker because I was tracking. I had to get back on track with that. No pun intended, because after I had my surgery, I got out of the habits. So I need to get back into the habits again. But I have been tracking consistently for, was it been 5 years?
Yeah.
Almost 5 years. And then I had surgery and I broke my my record. The thing is, first surgery didn't do that. This one was so much more painful that it did mess me up. But yeah, one of the tips that she gave me was, okay, yeah, you're tracking it, but you aren't really seeing how often you're doing it. Get a calendar where you can see all the days of the month and then write it on the calendar. You will see really the pattern of how often you're getting it. It'll hit you a lot more if you see it like that. And it really does. You realize, oh, wow, I get it actually quite a bit. And I do that for my migraines in particular. Yeah.
Now these, I'm just going to show you briefly. Taya and I both got stickers and stencils for the journaling.
And you saw in my journal the stenciling I did.
And this has doubles, so we'll probably split them a little bit. I have some stuff I wanted to go through and give her half anyway. Last time I bought stuff, I actually have to show you something that maybe Davina can do for my birthday with the washi tape.
Okay, yeah.
But so this is because washi tape can be just a little expensive.
Stencils are good for me. Besides the fact that I think they're cool, I have first of all my hand gets tired. Second of all, I tend to fall asleep, and I'm hoping if I have it in there, I'll be less likely to.
Yeah,
because I actually a lot of times I'm able to fake it and cover it, you know, with either something else, or I'm able to like make it a thicker line so you can't tell, or color over it in such a way. But sometimes I'll just do it to such a point that you can't really hide it, and then I have to quickly do a little bit of white out. But it happens frequently where I'll fall asleep and then we'll have a line.
And then I got these are journal ideas, to help me figure out things I want, how to set things up and stuff. Because I have some ideas, but I need they're kind of like prompts and that kind of stuff. And it doesn't mean I have to do exactly what's in here. It might be a jumping off point.
That almost seems like actually building it like Stacy does, because it's talking about putting things in there.
So that's what this is.
Oh, okay.
This is more like, I mean, it is about kind of like that, but this is talking about like reflective journaling and memory keeping and all that kind of stuff. Be proud of yourself. This is what you put in it.
Right.
This one is similar to what Stacy does. I would probably not do a whole lot of that because I can get them from Stacy.
Right.
But different kinds of making journals, which if she's too busy or I want to do a simple one or something, I can do that. But that takes care of most of the books, I think, unless you have more to show books wise.
No, because I'm saving my books for book 2.
Yeah. Okay. Let me put this in here. And if you have yarn, Talia, let me just show the bare yarn and you can finish up. Davina's last gift for me was bare yarn. She got me 3 skeins of bare yarn. So it's fingering sock. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it just yet, but I'll probably color it somehow. So that.
So first thing I want to show before I go into the yarn itself is I have Henry's hat now, which is Slate Falls Knits book.
Which is Joanna Johnson.
Joanna Johnson is a designer. I think she writes the story, and then her husband Eric does the lovely artwork.
Isn't that great artwork?
And my goal is to eventually have all the collection because I love the artwork so much.
And the patterns are
and the patterns too. But I want the entire, like, even if I don't have a pattern in there, I want to knit because it is meant for children.
I don't see what you wrote in there.
I
asked her to sign it. She knows us, so knows in quotes.
But I love the artwork so much. I just want all of them. Merry Christmas.
Oh, Eric signed it too.
Oh,
is that Eric?
That might, that's Eric.
Yeah.
Oh, yay. Oh, look, it's a little bear.
Snowman.
It's a snow bear. He built a snow bear. I don't know if you can see that.
But don't go through too much because
no, I won't. I'll just show the chipmunk.
Okay.
Which is what I wanted in this. So besides the artwork, I really like the chipmunk. He is super cute. This is Henry.
This is the same girl that Ty is doing the platypus for me.
Yes. And the platypus comes from one of these books too. So yes, it's an adorable pattern. It's an adorable book.
The platypus in that book?
No,
it's all chipmunks.
This is all chipmunks. You have a bunny over here.
Right.
There was another one where it was an owl who was doing cackle. Yeah. The owl is so he's doing touch football or something.
Can't see it through the computer. Oh, I see him. Yeah, he's adorable.
Boy, they're doing touch football because this chipmunk is shoving the squirrel down and the owl's going after.
I'm not sure I think it's tackle football because they don't have any flags.
Oh, you're supposed to have flags for?
Yeah, because they pull it off the.
Oh, okay. I never played it. So yeah, you have a bunch of different animals all playing football, but it looks like our buddy Henry is doing okay.
Yep.
So yes, the adorable book, lovely patterns. I highly recommend. I saw people's reviews where some people pick it up, regardless of whether or not they were knitters, just because they love the artwork and the story. And then there would be knitters who picked it up who would be like, "Wow, the artwork and the story are beautiful."
Yep.
And I want the whole collection. The artwork's gorgeous. I'm sure there'll be points where I want to, even if there's not immediately a pattern, I'm sure there'll be a point where I need to knit something for a kid. But I'm generally
is it Freddie's blanket that you have?
I have Freddie's blankets. I think her first one was Phoebe's sweater. I want to say that was her first one.
That's Phoebe's
And then
birthday.
she has Phoebe's birthday. Because I want to say Phoebe was for her daughter.
And we both have Anne of Green Gables and Sherlock.
Yes.
So she's we like her.
This collection is special because this is the stories that are original are the only ones that have her husband's artwork in it. Because like the ones that are based on classic books like the Green Gables knits
And the Sherlock.
and the Sherlocks. I don't think she has in print right now the one based on Jane Austen, because she has Emma. Might even just be an Emma collection, I believe, because I have the digital one. She made it available on Etsy just for me. Because I couldn't, Ravelry at that time wasn't letting me pick it up when I wasn't a member. Now they fixed whatever glitch that was, but I couldn't pick it up and I really wanted it, so she made it available. So I could.
She's sweet. We try to plug her whenever we can because she's very talented and she's very sweet.
Yes. So really adorable. Highly recommend. Now this came with stuff that I'm about to show you. This is lovely. West Yorkshire Spinners, and it's a bunch of patterns in here, which are really classy. They're loose sweaters, but there's a couple things I could see like for mom. Like this one here, this white one. Just has you written all over it. And I think that's the front of it.
Just don't do it in white.
Yeah, no, there'd be another color. So they have things like that. Just a lot. It looks like a lot of loose sweaters.
I might have to do my either What a Maroon or Cast of Atterbury for that.
It reminds me a bit of the Anne sweater.
Yeah. But not quite so much.
But it's a different shape to it a little bit.
And it's got the drop sleeves.
Right. I can't tell what weight it is. I'd have to look at it more. Okay, it's a 4 ply, so that tells me that. Well, that doesn't really. I'll have to take a look at it because I don't know what exquisite 4 ply is. What that
That's just the ply. I don't think it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know which weight exquisite is, because I don't think it tells me.
Do you have a needle size in here anywhere? Okay, one pair of 2.7.
Okay, so
that's got to be either fingering or.
Sometimes you'll see that with the sport if it's really tight. That doesn't look like it's particularly tight, so it might be a fingering weight. There's a lot available.
Also US 3s.
Yeah.
3.25s. So you got different. Looks like you use more than one set of needles here.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times for sweaters, you will. Especially sometimes they'll usually go down needle size for the ribbing.
Makes sense.
So, there we go. This is really cute. And then also, then it's yarn.
That was a part of when I bought the yarn. That was part of the thing that you could.
Yeah. So let's see. I'm trying to find the stuff that is. Well, first let me do the one that's by itself. So Davina picked me up a gobstopper. This one's called Remember Me, and it's also Twisty Sport. It makes me happy. I can start this when I finish the Christmas one. We
went through. Which one do you think? No, we'll do this one.
Because gobstopper doesn't mean now we start another Christmas one. Gobstopper means now I get to start another gobstopper. I always kind of want to have one gobstopper going. It makes me happy. And I'll probably never have more than one in the wings unless I have there's a couple things in a row where people snack it for me or whatever. But then I have a bunch of West Yorkshire Spinners, which is awesome.
And thank you, Laura, for letting me know that this was on sale. She let me know it was on sale. Said, hey, if you want to get something for Talia for Christmas.
Now, some of these are very subtly different, but they are different.
They're all different.
They're all different, but it's very subtle with some of them. I think when you knit it up, it'll be a lot more obvious.
The ones that are most similar to these two.
Well, these three. Actually,
no, these two especially. There's not a yellow in that.
No, you're right, there isn't. So we have Sunset Bouquet. Then there is Woodland Awaken.
Don't be so fast.
Oh, sorry. Woodland Awaken. And this is Sunset Bouquet.
That's kind of close too.
Then you have Xandros Rainbow. And here is Forest Stripes. Not quite sure why that's forest. Bluebell Mist. I can see that. Then this one is Botanical Bloom. And finally, Blue Raspberry. Now this could go really nicely, as well as the blue that I did have. This also would go very nicely with the Kingfisher. If I decided I had enough left over to do like shorty socks or something or whatever. Now, then Mom gave me a couple of yarns that she dyed, and these will actually go well together for heels and toes. So this is Red OOK. And this one is the classic red, green, and white candy cane. So that's a lot of fun. I had to decide if I start a West Yorkshire Spinners Christmas next, or if I start this Christmas next. So decisions that'll be made up later. I'm going to have to get a bag or something to put just my West Yorkshire Spinners yarn in, because it's taking up my whole fingering weights thing, but I don't want to put it away with the other ones because I want my West Yorkshire Spinners immediately available, so I can go like, oh, I want this West Yorkshire Spinners now. So I'll find something to put them in. So yeah, that is all the stash enhancements. I
And
need
we
to put them back in here.
I didn't want to be eating. It's almost 2:00.
Okay, well, we better finish up.
Yeah. So I hope we'll just have to skip, like, I don't think we have any.
No, I mean, we did everything with Christmas.
Yeah, I think we're done with that. So we want to thank everybody before we say goodbye. We want to thank the people who commented either at the home group or on YouTube. Brittany.
Thank you for giving your opinion about the
Yes. Thank you for your opinions. Brittany, Looney Hiker, Margaret, Wendy, who is MacGyver because she just is.
Yes.
Paula and Meditative Crafter. If I missed anybody, I didn't see you before I got my show notes. We thank you for joining us. We hope you had a wonderful Christmas, and we wish you a very happy new year. And we hope to see you here next week for the Fun in the Woman Cave. We wish you a blessed week full of every happy thing. This is the Pen Hook and Needles podcast, episode 534, and that's a wrap.
Bye.